Um, my source of motivation, I would kind of say it stems from, well, just at the base, my music is really just about my life. So there's always gonna be like, I don't never really lose inspiration, but the motivation really comes from connecting to my higher purpose. Like I know kind of I've sat down, I've visualized what I really wanted to become and the things that I want to accomplish. So every time I kind of feel down, I kind of close my eyes and visualize that same thing. And it like kind of motivates me and pushes me to go forward. So whenever I like express my higher purpose out loud, I guess like my body reacts to how serious it is, and it starts to really put in like the necessary work to get to that position.
Yeah.
So
That's dope.
yeah, it's
What is
definitely a
your,
higher
like-
purpose thing. What do you mean? Yeah.
Yourself?
Well, like we were talking about, like recently I've been going live, so it's kind of easy to make music because I know that there's people on the other side that are depending
Yeah.
on me to go live. So it's like they are like a big motivation to me. Like, oh, okay, I gotta show up for them. So
Mhm.
like my consistency has increased in the past like month or so. But I don't know. Like I guess everybody makes the same amount of music. I guess maybe like I don't like I record pretty consistently, but I don't record like every single day. There's times where
Yeah.
like I'm kind of drained, where I run out of things to talk about. I have to take like a week break and then go back to it. So I don't know. I just kind of stack up and then I just like drop accordingly. I just don't hold music. I don't see
Yeah.
the reason in holding music. Yeah. Even when I don't go live, they're on my case talking about why are you not live right now. Like they're saying like I remember there's one supporter of mine that goes, like I didn't go live or I took like an hour to go live and he's like, bro, I was waiting like an hour and a half and you didn't go live. Like what do you want?
Oh.
Like, get back on live. Like, yeah, they be on me. But
Your
I
friend?
appreciate them though because it's like I kind of need that though. At
Yeah.
the same time, it's like it just shows that they care, and I didn't have that before, so I'm always grateful for when they kind of like just show love that way, and that's kind of like the relationship that we have. So.
That's dope.
Truly fell in love with the making. I guess I always kind of loved music, but making music, I guess, stemmed from probably like 2016. 2016 was when I discovered like rap because I was heavy into pop before then. And what I would do is I'd go on Genius and look up I'll look up like lyrics of like my favorite artists. I used to love Chance and Kendrick at that time, so I used to like read their lyrics, and I fell in love with hip hop first, and then I just wanted to recreate that. So I guess my love came from the love of music first, and then making it was kind of just derived from the love of music in general. So.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I just stop. I stop and I take a break and I come back when I can.
Yeah.
Because there's only so much things that you can write about. Especially me, I stay in the basement a lot. Like this is as much as I'll go outside. Like whenever I have something towards work, that's when I decide to go out. Or else I'm just in the basement. So it's like obviously if I'm not having different experiences every single day, every day is the same thing, I'm gonna run out of things to say. You can always stem back from past memories in terms of like lyrics, but like at some point I'm gonna run out of things to say. So I recognize that. I don't beat myself up about it. Like I had posted a TikTok the other day saying like just because you can't create something right now, don't let that be a reflection of all the years put in prior, because it's just like a small moment, So I try not to focus too much about it, and then I just I just leave and then come back whenever I'm ready. I don't put pressure on myself, especially now when I'm in the studio. I love making music so much that it's like I know that that's just a part of the process. And if I want to love music, then I need to love all sides of it. I can't just say I love one part of it, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You've had a lot of buzz in the past year. Do you plan on releasing a project this year at all? I know you release a lot of singles.
I get that question like every week.
Really?
Yeah, like everybody always asks me, when are you dropping an album or a mixtape or an EP? I just feel like I have such a high expectation for my debut album that I want to release it when I blow up so that it has the eyes and the ears that it deserves. So then, like, I mean, I know it's gonna do well, but if it hadn't done well, then at least it had the ears. Like, you know, like I don't want to drop it and then have it not do well because people didn't hear it. You know, because the art is always gonna be good. It just depends on what people hear. So yeah, I'm definitely when I blow up, it's gonna be the album, definitely for sure. It's important. You have to be ready for your moment. Yeah. A lot of people that aren't ready for their moment, it's like, well, did you really think it was gonna happen, or like, was it just like kind of an idea that you thought was cool? Because I know for sure it's gonna happen. It's so definite to the point where I kind of always do this like comparison. It's like, if you're in 11th grade, you know that in September next year you're gonna be in 12th grade. That's how certain, you know it by the date, right? That's how certain I know that I'm gonna blow up. I know that it's just I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I know that the date is coming and I just have to be prepared for it. So that's why I have like a lot of songs, and like, you know, that's why I'm preparing my debut album and kind of just being ready for my moment, because when it strikes, I don't want to be the one to be scrambling and then kind of like missing the flame, you know, because it is a match. It's just a match, but you have to like turn it into a whole like forest fire, you know, but you only have one match to do it. So if that match goes out, then you're kind of like in shambles. And you've seen a lot of artists that kind of get rid of that opportunity and miss that opportunity when they have that one have that one song or that one thing that goes crazy. They miss the opportunity because either they're too focused about the money that the labels are offering, or they're kind of overwhelmed by the support, or I don't know, whatever the case is. I just know that I could never do that. No, I work too damn hard to have one moment and then have it waste. And it's so funny, like my manager calls me like the milkman in a sense, where it's like, yeah, because it's like whenever I have an opportunity, like for example, if I ever get like an article placement, or whenever I do an interview, whenever I do this, like I rinse it, I post it every single day. Yeah. I make sure that every single person sees what happened, because I worked hard for it, but two, I know it's like a perception thing. Like obviously the general public doesn't know how the behind the scenes goes. So if they see me on an article, if they see me on a post, I magnify it, but I don't add false information. It really did happen, but I magnify it so that people can actually start to see me as an official artist from like a credible source, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I'll be milking a lot of opportunities for sure. Definitely.
That's funny. Are you like into manifestation at all?
Of course. Yeah, it's my whole life. Yeah, for sure. Everything, even just me sitting here is a manifestation, because at some point in life, I wasn't born an artist. I wasn't born doing interviews when I was 5 and 7. Like I had to create this opportunity for myself.
All right, let's do some manifestation.
Okay.
How do you see yourself like 5-7 years from now?
I see myself like the biggest artist in the world. The biggest one. I see myself I see me, my manager, my producer, and just all my friends putting Ottawa in a position where the youth can start to have hope and someone to look at to show what's possible in the city. I feel like a lot of people in Ottawa kind of shun upon their own city and replicate accents of different cities because of what they made cool. I want to show them that it's cool to be from Ottawa. I want to show them that it's cool to be from Canada first off, and uh, be from a place that you're born and being able to like strive and showing them that you don't have to move every which way. You don't have to move to LA. You don't have to move to New York. You can just stay where you're from, post videos on the internet, and be able to be extremely successful. You know, definitely gonna be chart topping on Billboard. Gonna break in America for sure. Tours, obviously, that's definitely something that I'm gonna be doing in the next 5 years, and just having millions of supporters around the world kind of tapped into the journey, tapped in the basement room. One thing that we also want to do, me and my manager, start a festival in the city. I feel like the hip hop festivals are kind of lacking. There's not really like I said, someone to look towards to show people what's possible and what's cool. That's what I feel like Basement Room, my brand, it kind of is like what we do. Like even our show last year was at the National Arts Center, which nobody does shows like, or nobody did shows in rap at the National Arts Center before we did, because it was kind of like seen as like a prestige venue, and like they weren't really, it was kind of like intimidating. But me and my manager kind of took the chance, and we were able to headline it, and that was there was no openers before me. I headlined it at 19 years old, and like we do those kind of things to show other people what's possible. So at the higher scale, like you said, manifestations, like do a whole festival in the city called Basement Room Festival, and just gonna bring all types of artists from all across the world, favorite artists, everything, and just have them come to the city and do sets, and then I would headline after them. Yeah, it's honestly crazy. Like even last year when I did my first concert, my first headlining concert, like just to see everybody there sing lyrics that I made in my basement, because I can literally date back to times where I was literally 15 years old. I actually have video diaries of me when I was 15, kind of like saying like I can't wait until I get like 5 fans or like people who can actually support me and stuff like that, and to have that in front of my face and have them sing the lyrics of songs that are literally that old when I was 16, 17 years old, and have them sing it and see the passion in their eyes, like just to see that, like we talked about, that physical manifestation of all the work that you put in was very, very rewarding. So I know that when we do Bass Room Fest in the city, I know it's gonna be huge because it's literally something that I talked about right now, you know, and when it happens, it's just gonna be great. Like I'm just excited to really be like a beacon of hope for the city, because I know that the city really needs it in terms of like everything, culture, music, art, whatever kind of anybody in Ottawa wants to achieve. I want to show them what's possible. Yeah. So that's why I'm really trying to push the boundaries as much as possible and do stuff that people really aren't doing. You know, that's kind of like my whole goal.
Period. I'm rooting for you.
I appreciate it.
I'm rooting for Basement Room Fest.
Yes, appreciate
and I'll
it.
be there.
Yes, let's go. Thank you so much.
Please I'll be there. Yeah. All right. My last question is, what are you listening to right now? You can pull out your phone for this if you want, you know.
I you know what's so funny? Like I don't really listen to a lot of music.
Really?
No. I don't listen to a lot of music. I listen to, it sounds kind of egotistical, but I only listen to myself, if that makes any sense. Just because I have so much music, and like, I listen to myself because when I actually enjoy my music, which is, I feel like is a key for artists. Like, if you don't enjoy what you're making, 1, don't put it out. 2, get back in the studio and work. Like, I feel like a lot of people do music to please others. That's what I feel like a lot of flaws that artists have, is that they see a sound that's trending and then they'll go to that sound because that's what's cool. But they have a very narrow mind, and they don't look at it as in an outside perspective to say like, yo, someone made that cool. There's someone that was just how they made music, and then it caught on. So you have to kind of like reverse engineer and do the same thing, you know? But so in the sense of like my music, I only kind of listen to myself in the sense of, 1, I love my music, and 2, I'm always like checking like mixes and like, you know, if I hear a mistake, I can always go back and tweak it. Like kind of ways to verify it. And I use it as like therapy too, because it's like what I talk about in my music is very personal. Like it's super personal to myself. It's just my day-to-day life. So for me to kind of re-listen to it, it's kind of therapeutic to know that whatever was boiling inside of me is outside in the music form, and I'm able to kind of like listen to it, and it's kind of a way of coping. If that makes any kind of sense. So a lot of my music,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you for joining us today. If you'd like to shout anything out, now's the time.
You see my shirt, man. Bassroom.com. Go cop yourself some basement room. I want to say shout out Zay management, the manager that wasn't here, but he's here in spirit. Shout out Amro Kevin too. Shout out Rooftop, my producer. Make sure y'all go follow the Instagram at ITSNLN, TikTok at IMNLN, and then wherever you listen to music, just look up those 3 letters and enjoy.